Hello and welcome back to another speed build with Frimlin, but this isn't the normal kind of speed build, this is a renovation. I'm taking this old house I did over 2 years ago that's still on the gallery. It's called Chamomile Cottage, and I'm basically taking it apart and then rebuilding it, but I'm only using items from the Vampires game pack and Get Together expansion pack. So let's have a look at what I'm doing. So basically I'm just taking apart the house bit by bit. I've replaced the fence that was there with Vampires game pack wall, and I've completely removed the beautiful bright yellow exterior of the house and covered it instead with bricks from Vampires game pack. And I really like those bricks, and it's one of the reasons why I really like that pack. Quite a few nice building options were put in the pack, so I am trying to kind of showcase them in this build. And of course the place is pretty much not the same place that it once was, but I would say it's pretty easily much better than the old place. It was released I think around February 2015, and I had only done a few houses on the gallery at that stage. I mean, I've been doing them since just after the game came out, and it was a restricted budget build. It was like I think 40,000k, I mean 40k, or 40,000 simoleons, however you prefer to look at it. And well, it was very basic, but it still managed to have like a kids room and master bedroom and kitchen, lounge, dining area, and this place has those places too, and a bit more as well. So I kept the same lot size and just basically embellished it. I decided I wasn't going to have any kind of restriction on budget, because that could be so annoying sometimes. But if you've been watching my videos, you know that I like restrictions on budget or size or game pack, or all of these restrictions at once. But in this case, although I restricted myself on which packs that I would use, I didn't restrict myself in budget. But I am kind of restricted because I didn't want to completely rebuild the whole place and, you know, destroy the essence of it. It's a small little cottage. And I have kept the same dimensions that it has. I have remodeled the inside because it was very basic, and completely changed its colours. So here you see me making the garden, and I'm just putting in some nice green lawn. I started with a bit of a dirty kind of grassy base to make it a bit more natural. Using grass paint is better than relying on the grass that's already on the lot, because some lots don't have grass, like for example Oasis Springs. I just thought it would be nice to do something a bit different from my usual you know, speed build from scratch, you know, where there's nothing you start with and you end up with something hopefully that looks quite nice. In this case I started with something already, an embarrassing secret that's still in my catalogue in the gallery. I need to go back and remove some of my old builds, and remaking them or renovating them is one way of doing that. So you might have seen I just quickly placed down one of the all-party bushes, whatever it's called, outside at the back. That's from Get Together. Since I'm using Get Together, I thought I'd better use that bush so that Sims that are outside can woohoo or relieve themselves if they really need to go for loo. And surprisingly, Get Together also has a few nice little statues and outdoor things as well. So I thought it would be nice to use those in this build. Well, at least a couple of them. So there's the little bird bath that you saw before, and little kind of flower bed near the door, and stack of logs, and that plant is also from Get Together. And then there's, you saw it earlier, a little snail in the garden as well, which is quite cute. And yeah, the little wheelbarrow on the side there, the side path, just to give a bit of decoration to the garden. And you saw me placing some, what do you call it, ivy from the Vampires game pack on the front of the house, but I don't like it just growing out of the bricks as it does, so I just placed some other plants underneath just to make it look a bit like it's growing out of those. So yeah, now I've made it inside and absolutely gutting the place. Decided to mix up the upstairs area. There was a bit of wasted space around the hallway, so I thought I would slice into it and steal a little bit for a toilet for the main bathroom, the main bedroom, and just genuinely wanted to make a bit more room space in there. So yeah, I haven't put any wallpaper on the walls yet. It's still got the old one that was there before, but I changed that around, and that wallpaper is from Get Together. And I'm going to place, I think you can probably hear my cat meowing in the background as well, because he always gets a bit surprised when I start talking to myself. Yeah, I'm going to place some wall covering in here as well from Vampires, just against the outside wall to show that's where the brick is. You know, a bit of exposed brick, and there's a bit more of that downstairs coming up too, but you won't see that till a bit later. So yeah, just placing some lights down that I later realized that I can't use because Sims can't walk underneath them because the ceiling is too low. So I had to take those beautiful lights out, and they look like they're from the Vampires game pack, but no, they're from Get Together. And I do like them, but yeah, I didn't want to make the ceilings any higher just to keep them, so I had to put in some flatter lamps. Flatter lights, and yeah, you'll see them coming up a bit later. So, like my other recent videos, I decided to intersperse the video with the screenshots of the final builds. So I try and finish each room before I show the final screenshots. And there's a couple of places where I have made a couple of edits just after the final screenshots, so they'll look a bit different when you download it, but I can assure you that it was for the better. But yeah, we've got some screenshots coming up soon, and you can probably guess they're going to be off this main bedroom. People who are used to my builds are probably surprised to see me doing a bit more decoration than usual in this room. When I'm making my own house, or when I'm decorating my own house with Sims living in there, I do take a bit more time to decorate it and put more stuff around the place. But when I'm doing speed builds, I am minimalist with my decoration. But I was a bit more dedicated in this build, especially in some of the rooms. So yeah, my cat Rodney is trying to get me to feed him, but he's going to have to wait. Yeah, so I had to activate a little cheat to allow me to place some of these objects. I really wanted to have them in there, but they require successor dates. But I kind of assumed that people that are downloading the houses, especially more expensive houses, have probably already played the game enough that they can access those objects. So I allow myself a little cheating like that. But yeah, I had to move some of the furniture away from the walls so that we could have curtains going into the furniture. There's master bedroom, and from another angle, lovely leather seat next to the door through to the ensuite. Because the house is quite small, it does have relatively small rooms. But yeah, you get what you pay for, right? And if you can afford bigger, and if you want bigger, go for it. You know, this place is pretty cozy. It's very small. It's a bit bigger than a starter house, but definitely in terms of price, it's a lot more expensive. I think it's around 150,000 simoleons. So this room, trying to do a different take on a toddler bedroom, using different colours that I might not have used before. Something that I often try and do, you know, mixing up items and different colour variations of items that I haven't mixed before. A few essential items for toddlers. That now reminds me that I need to place down a potty somewhere for the toddler. I haven't done that yet, but luckily I haven't uploaded it yet, so that will be somewhere. And yeah, we've got another screenshot coming up, and I guess you can tell that it's going to be the toddler bedroom. But yeah, once your toddler's grown up, of course, you can replace it with a kid's bed, or later on to a teen's bedroom, although it'll be very small. But the second bedroom I've got is probably more suitable for kids and teens. So yeah, there's the toddler bedroom. And now we're starting on what I'm calling bedroom 2. Bedroom 1 being the master bedroom. And yeah, completely forgetting about the old original colours of the room, because I don't really want to have a yellow bedroom. I wouldn't really be able to probably use the stuff pack, the game pack items properly with a yellow wallpaper. So yeah, I went for a light blue. I think I've only made one bedroom like this before, this colour. I think it was an Ellesmere house. So yeah, trying different things, or rather trying something slightly similar to what I've tried before, but in a different way. This place is pretty cramped by the time I finished with it. And yeah, it was actually quite difficult getting a good screenshot in here. So you're only going to see one screenshot and you won't see the full glory of the bed. And I apologise for that, but just have a look at it now before the screenshot, so you get a good view of it. I was trying to put some interesting things in that corner, but in the end it was really hard to guarantee that they were going to have enough space for the Sims to use them. But I did test it with this chair and bookcase and it seems to be fine. So yeah, I left the desk empty so you can do your homework on it, or to write in your journal if you have the Parenthood game pack. But if you really want, you can stick a computer there. So there it is, bedroom 2. Right, where are we going next? Just a brief wander through the hallway. What can I stick in here? That looks good. Drop it down. And I think that was one of the first times that the tops of those half walls have actually matched the colour of the room. Well, at least they look like they matched. But I've had a lot of nightmares with those before, with the colour not quite matching. So now I'm outside and making a little barbecue area. Pretty basic one, and always really loved this umbrella from Get Together, but because I do so many restricted pack builds where I'm only using a certain pack, I haven't been able to use this umbrella before, or for at least for a long time. I'm not sure if I've ever used it, but I really love it. So that's a bit of a shame. I should do some less restricted builds sometime. People are always telling me do more less restrictive builds. But yeah, I never learn. But yeah, so we think we're going to see another screenshot of this area coming up soon. I did place some like bubble making things at the bottom of the pool, but then I took them out because it looked a bit creepy. So yeah, there's the barbecue area with a diving board from Get Together. And now we're downstairs and completely gutting that and altering how it's laid out. It's only got the most cheapest of furniture there at the moment, so it all gets deleted and I just replace it all. I do keep the oven that's in there though, and I place in a matching fridge, so it's not all high-end stuff in this house. It's probably around midway in terms of price. So we're well past halfway now, so you've made it this far. You can stay on till the end, I'm sure. There are a few extra screenshots at the end just to reward you for making it there. But yeah, finishing this downstairs bathroom, basically using the same colours as the ensuite upstairs. And here's one shot of it. Again, very tight, restricted space. Didn't want to make any too distorted screenshots, but you can get the idea from the video what it looks like. And don't think I've used that wallpaper before at all. I'm not sure. I'd have to think about it, but yeah, I've seen it in other people's builds, but for some reason I've never used it. Probably because it's not really my style, but I thought I wanted to use something different than the vampire's lovely wallpaper. I wanted to try using something more from Get Together, and that is where it is from. It's from Get Together, I believe, or it's from the base game. It's probably from the base game, thinking about it. So yeah, working on the kitchen now, and it's pretty basic kitchen really, but still, I wouldn't say spacious. I was going to say still quite spacious, but no, it's not. I mean, there's 2 or 3 empty counters, but not many. But yeah, the whole place is pretty small, so you have to have a small kitchen. But I do spend a bit of time on the tea area, and you'll see in the screenshots that it doesn't stay quite as it is right now. Placing down this magical looking book from the Vampire's Game Pack, a book on a stand or something like that. I decided it looked like a pretty big cookbook or something like that. Anyhow, kitchen screenshots coming up. I do actually place a rug in the center there, so it doesn't look so bare. Right, now these lights, they do stay till the end, because luckily they are high enough for Sims to walk underneath. And placing some slightly more contemporary sofa and chairs than is in the Vampire's Game Pack. The sofa and chairs is from Get Together, and I do try and stick these little tables at the side, but in the end I scrap them. And I try and place a couple of lights there, and I think in the end I scrap those too. I think I adjust the chairs instead, and you'll see those in the screenshots. And that rug doesn't stay, so there we go. There's final screenshot for the lounge area. Right, walking through into the study that you haven't seen me built yet. So yeah, just finishing up what you've just seen in that screenshot. Now I'm sticking in dining room and using some rather grand looking chairs from the Vampire's Game Pack. And I did try and stick in a fireplace in this room, but it was just too compact, so it wasn't going to work. On to the study. Every decent study has to have a bookcase and a desk and probably a computer. And I also stick in a chess board with chairs, as you'll see in a sec. Went for the purple on this one. Yet again using Vampire's Game Pack chairs. And I think the bookcase is from Get Together, and I think the desk is from Get Together too, but those paintings are from the Vampire's Game Pack. And I put in some kind of placeholder lights for the moment. Start work on the little gym. Yeah, there's a little gym. So with a computer and gym equipment, a few other things in the house, you've got a few things that are useful to start off careers for your Sims. Just finishing that study. There's some screenshots of the study. Got quite a nice, vibrant, rich feel to it. Whereas the gym is more kind of cool. Could be converted into a nursery or another bedroom if you really want. And there's the layout from the bottom floor. And the first floor. And here it is from the front. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'd love to hear your comments. Just click down below and drop me a line. I would love to hear from you. And I hope you've enjoyed this speed build, this renovation. And I hope you'll come back for another video. Bye bye.